two of the organizations representing the largest consumers of electricity in this province. And what they indicate is that they have very serious concerns with the proposal to build a massive transmission infrastructure in the province. And it shows that the Conservatives were warned by people who are very familiar with the industry and in fact pay millions, if not billions of dollars for electricity, that, for example, residential customers will pay between $154 and $256 more per year in transmission costs. And that if they are larger users of electricity, it may be as much as $413 a year more on the electricity bill. And we're expecting additional increases on top of that, not due to transmission, but because of the lack of regulation over generation. Gaming the system by power producers will enable them to shoot up the power prices substantially if they withhold power from the grid and create an artificial shortage, and that's still a very distinct possibility. This document clearly states to the Tory caucus that this is not affordable, that the demand forecasts being used in the projections to build these lines are not reasonable, they're unrealistic, that there's cost escalations that haven't been taken into account, and that there's no accountability for these decisions. We don't deny that there needs to be investment in the transmission infrastructure, but if you look at the analysis here in terms of what the growth has been in the electricity use in this province compared to what they're projecting the increase to be, you'll find that they're projecting increases of electricity demand that is not borne out by our own experience and are inflated. And so what it means is that they're investing far too much in new transmission beyond what a rational projection would find. It is difficult for us to understand how the AESO believes electricity consumption in the next 8 years will grow by 27,000 gigawatt hours, when growth in the past decade has only been approximately 5,000 gigawatt hours. This forecast is missing common sense. And I find that very, very difficult to disagree with. In the last 10 years, despite rapid growth, demand has only gone up 5,000 gigawatt hours in Alberta, and they're projecting in the next 8 years alone over 5 times that. It's not a reasonable projection, and it's being used to justify massively overbuilt transmission, which is extraordinarily expensive, and all of which will be borne by a continuously shrinking pool of consumers. And the residential consumers, the small business consumers, are the captives in that, and they will end up